What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Ryan Pineda Show. I'm your host, Ryan Pineda, obviously. And this is where we talk, obviously. And this is where we talk all things real estate investing, business, entrepreneurship, and pretty much anything else I feel like talking about. And today we have a very good topic, which is marketing. And specifically marketing to sellers as a real estate investor trying to buy some investment properties. But you can really apply these principles to any type of marketing and any type of business. So let's get into it. So as I said in the intro, I'm going to talk about this from the real estate investor's perspective as somebody who wants to buy a home from a seller. If you own a property, you've probably gotten a mailer or a phone call or something like that saying, hey, I want to buy your house. You've probably heard different ads on the radio or TV of these guys who will buy your house for cash. Well, What? So that's the type of marketing that we typically do. And if you're one of the people who hate those people, then that's not the type of marketing we do. But anyways, the very first thing you have to do in your marketing is actually track the marketing. So we call those KPIs, key performance indicators. I don't know which way it's supposed to go. You want to track as many things as possible with your marketing. The three main things you want to track are how much you spent, how many leads came in, and how much revenue was generated from those leads. If you know those things, you'll know if your marketing is working effectively or not. So for instance, one of our big marketing techniques is TV. I've got TV commercials, and when I go to look at whether we should keep doing TV or whether we should scale back on TV or whether we should spend more on TV, I look at our KPIs. I'll look at the previous 30, 60, and 90 days. I'll see how many leads have come in during that period. I want to know, are we getting more leads? Are we getting less leads? Is it staying stable? And then I also want to check our revenue from those leads. Now, I always tell people when you're marketing, you have to give yourself at least 60 days, preferably 90 days before you come to any conclusion. The reason is when a lead comes in, they don't usually convert right away. They convert over time through follow-up, through the sales process, those type of things. So if it doesn't go well the first month, that doesn't mean that the marketing doesn't work. You just need more data to definitively say one way or another. So I'm gonna assume with any marketing you've chosen that you've given it at least 60 to 90 days. Now, after 90 days, if you are not generating revenue and getting a return on your marketing, then you need to look at what is the issue. Diagnosing the issue with marketing that's not working is difficult, and there are a number of things that it could be. So here are 6 reasons why marketing might not work. Your audience, the marketing channel, the ad, the volume at which you're marketing, your sales process, and your follow-up process. If any of those are broke, your marketing is not going to work. So the hard part is determining which of these is the problem. People are not responding to your ad. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. We know you're not generating revenue from the marketing. Now, are you at least getting leads? That's the first thing you need to ask yourself. If you are not getting leads, then you need to first look at your audience, the marketing channel, the marketing volume, and the ad itself. One of those things is off, if not multiple. For whatever product you're selling, first off, look at the audience. If I'm trying to sell a blazer like this, and I'm targeting women, that's probably pretty stupid. If I'm trying to sell a stylish, slim fit blazer, that's like a tongue twister, slim fit blazer, you probably are gonna have a younger guy, probably 20 to 35. Those are the type of guys who like slim fit clothing. I'm probably not gonna target a 70-year-old guy, right? So you gotta understand who your audience is. In the game of real estate investing, we wanna target people who might be in distress, people who are in foreclosure, maybe people who have owned the property a really long time so we know that it's not in great shape. We probably don't want to target somebody who just bought a brand new home last month. So knowing your audience is the first thing to look at. Second thing to look at is the marketing channel. Now, whether your medium is TV, radio, cold calling, texting, whatever it is, marketing channel is something that you need to figure out what works best in your market for your budget. Now, not everyone can go on TV. It's very expensive. So if you can't afford it, then you already know that's not a marketing channel I can pick. You're gonna go for something cheaper like cold calling prospects, Facebook ads. Those are cheap marketing channels. So your marketing channel is mainly gonna be determined by your budget and also just testing in your market what works and what doesn't work. Texting might work really good in one market, but it sucks in another. So just because something works really good for me here in Las Vegas does not mean it's gonna work great for you in your market. So marketing channel, I don't really have any advice other than start off based on your budget. Third thing is marketing volume. A lot of times the reason people don't get leads is they simply don't market enough. In order to get a deal in real estate, you have to market a ton. You gotta constantly be calling sellers every single day. You gotta be in their face. You gotta be in their face making offers every single day. That's what it takes to get deals. When somebody comes to me and they ask,
why am I not getting a deal?
The first thing I always ask is, how many offers have you made this last week? And typically the answer is very few. And that already tells me you have a marketing volume problem. You need to be marketing more and making more offers. So volume is something that's very easy to tell whether you're doing it enough or not. And by the way, if you're getting great value out of this, make sure you go hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're interested in my coaching program where I help all my students figure out the issues to their problems, you can just click the link below to apply. Now, assuming marketing volume isn't the problem, the last piece of marketing is your ad. Is the ad or the marketing piece effective? If you're sending direct mail, what kind of postcard are you sending? What kind of letter are you sending? What exactly does it say? What is the picture? Are people opening it? Those are the type of things that you gotta think about. And really, just with any type of ad, it all comes down to testing. You won't know if it works until you've tested it and gotten results. With a TV ad, the same thing happens with TV, billboards, Facebook ads, everything. Do people want to call and respond to the ad that you are giving them? Is there even a call to action from your ad? The big thing with marketing is most people respond to emotion. So you want to be creating as much of emotion as possible in your marketing piece. I mean, feelings of emotion can be joy, they can be fear, it can be urgency. You want to stir up something to make them go to action. If you're not getting enough leads, one of those or a couple of those are the issue. Now, let's say that you are getting enough leads, but you're not generating revenue. Well, now we have a sales issue, and we have an issue with either the sales process or our follow-up process. Now, the sales process is strictly whether you're a good salesman or not. I can't go over the sales process in this. There's not enough time. If you do want me to make a video on the sales process, make sure you comment below and tell me where are you struggling at. I want to know, and that way I can help you and make a video towards that. But the reality with any business is you've got to have good salespeople who are able to make a deal. And then we also have the follow-up process, and the follow-up process is huge in real estate. Most people that call in or that you talk to are not ready to make the biggest financial decision of their life right then and there. It takes time for them to come to the conclusion that it is now time to sell their home. The only way that they will sell to you is if you're constantly following up with them. So early on, I would get sellers who call in and say,
hey, I'm not ready right now, but when I am, I'll call you back.
And sure enough, they don't call us back. And by the time that we reach them months down the road because our follow-up process was bad, they've already sold to someone else. And you call them and you're like, I
thought you would call us back. What happened?
And they would say,
oh, I wanted to, but I just couldn't find your number.
That happens all the time. I can't tell you how forgetful sellers are. So do not rely on your prospect to call you back. Okay, it doesn't work like that. You have to constantly be reminding them that you're there for them. You can provide the service. When they're ready, you're here. And I'll tell you, if you're constantly following up, they know you're serious and they will work with you as long as you build good rapport when they're ready. So in conclusion, if you're getting leads and you're not getting revenue, then you have a sales issue or a follow-up issue. And as I said before, this applies to literally every business. Every business is built around marketing and sales. You have to figure out, how do you get clients and prospects into the door? Then once they're in the door, how do you sell them on working with you or buying your product? That's it. Business is that simple. I guess I should also say you also have the third piece of the puzzle, which is operations, making sure the business actually runs smoothly and delivers on the sales that your team has made. But operations is irrelevant if you're not getting people in the door. There's a common saying in business that sales cures all. If you got problems with operations, that can be addressed and fixed. A lot of companies that scale really quick, they have operations problem, which is good. It's good to have problems because you're getting too many people who want your product or who want to work with you. That's a good problem. It's bad when your operations are really good, yet nobody wants to use you because your product sucks or your marketing sucks or your sales team can't convert. So focus on marketing and sales before you worry about that piece of the business. Whether you're in real estate investing or whether you're in a different type of business, I hope that this helps you understand how marketing works and how to diagnose what is wrong with your marketing if you're not getting enough revenue. And I should remind you, it starts with the KPIs. Key Performance Indicator. The KPIs are how you'll know if it works or not. Most people go on their gut, and I used to be one of those guys. I would say, oh man, it feels like this marketing's working. But once you actually have the numbers, you realize like, oh man, I thought this was working, but it's not. In fact, this marketing is losing us money. Or you see another marketing channel that you thought wasn't doing that great, and you're like, wow, we barely spent any money on that, and yet it produced so much. We need to spend more money on that marketing channel. But you won't know that unless you're tracking everything. So make sure you're tracking how much you spend, the leads that are coming in, and the revenue generated from that marketing. And it's that simple. Thanks for watching, guys.